What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. Deck profiles for each section, up to 3 teams. 2 decks from Dark and Water, 2 decks from Light and Earth, and 1 deck from Fire and Wind. For today's video, deck profiles of Dark and Water. Throughout the whole course of the matchups, Water hardcore carried the team. So basically, deck profiles for each decks. For today's episode of Deck Profiles, Deep Sea Atlantean. Starting off fresh with the deck profile, it's basically the same list with some twists and turns on the changes. For the Deep Seas, 3 Diva, 1 Artisan, 1 Sentry, 1 Minstrel, 1 Aria, 1 Deep Sea City, Magellantica. Nothing more, nothing less on the Deep Sea good stuff. And then the Atlanteans, 3 Neptibus, 2 Infantry, 2 Marksmen, 3 Dragoons, 1 Legendary Atlantean Tridon, Poseidra, Cards Krat, Call of the Atlanteans. And then for the other water monsters, Slick and Echo, Cards Dumb, because hand information is really strong, especially the fact that if for some reason within whenever future formats, if Deep Sea Minstrel were to go in terms of water deck abuse, this is the part where Click and Echo is going to take over. But I digress. Also, I legit laughed about when everyone is saying ban the Deep Sea Minstrel in TCG. I legit laughed so that she's going to be safe for another format anyway, even though Water did make top cuts from the past YCSs. And even if they were to ban the Minstrel, we still got Click and Echo to back up the hand information. Same thing with Deep Sea Artisan. But nonetheless, Click and Echo, Guitar, the ice barriers of Defender and General Ryo. General Ryo is due to Lancia and Deep Sea Repetitor, which is a hot mess. Tidal, cause it's water. Moulin Glacier, cause it's hand loop. And then non-engine, I suppose. Talents, 2 Chalice, Cosmic Cyclone, Call by the Grave, Crossout Designator, Blizzard, and then traps. The 1 trap trick with the power traps, 2 Dominance Impulse, 2 Spiritual Water or AoE, 2 Evenly Match, and 3 Imperm. If any of this sticks, you are always walking golden. And then the extra deck, Miss Starboy, Coral Anemone, Area, literally nothing but the water links. And then for synchros, Crystron Quandax, Sea Dragon Lorgus Shieldnodon, Deep Sea Repetitor, Coral Dragon, Deep Sea Prima Donna, White Aura Whale, Adamantipate Risen Dragite, Trishula, Ravenous Croc Dragon Arcthes, Sword Soul Chenying, Ice Jade Ymir Adgerin, Lancia. And when it comes to making the water extra deck monsters, it's maybe these 3 links, obviously. And I believe I also did Coral, Prima Donna, Dragite, Trishula, Croc Dragon, and Chenying. So basically the majority of the extra came up. And then everything else is just flat out hit and miss. But overall, I do really love the water deck for this event. And now for the dark deck, thanks to you guys who voted for this for content. The deck profile of Ghostricks. Triple Mary. Mary is when you take damage, you can discard herself to special a Ghostrick from your deck in face down defense. So this basically helps you set up your level 3 Ghostricks by any means necessary, whether if it's Mummy or Jiangshi, so you can get your plays started. And then speaking of Jiangshi, Triple Jiangshi, this is where once flipped, you get to search for a Ghostrick monster that has a level that is less than or equal to the number of Ghostrick monsters you control. And then 3 Ghostrick Spectre. Spectre's draw power is super nice. The case is whenever your Ghostrick monster gets killed because of an opponent's card or a battle, you get to summon this face down and then you get to draw 1 card. And what's even more super crucial is that there are games in the tag team attribute event, specifically versus Trap Tricks, is where a lot of people be thinking, why couldn't they Trap Tricks trap hold this? They couldn't because it is a hand effect for one, as in it never happened for one. And then Double Frost, not counting the Link eras, obviously, but Double Frost is usually meant for anything that deals with the anti-target. The idea is you get to book something in terms of the attacking monster on a attack deck to special discard face down, and you get to book that monster, which is insane. And then the Ghostrick Nika Musume, the idea about this Nico is this card, along with the continuous trap of Knights, it's basically you get to lock your opponent out from flip summoning by any means necessary. And as long as you have another Ghostrick, so Nika Musume and a Ghostrick monster plus the Knights, they're basically stuck. And then Ghostrick Stein, upon doing battle damage to your opponent, this is your Stratos of Ghostrick spells and traps. And then Ghostrick Mummy is your double summon of Ghostricks. For the Ghostrick spell trap, you have the 2-shot. You special a Ghostrick monster from your hand or graveyard, then you can change 1 face down Ghostrick into face up attack position. So an extension and any Ghostrick flip effect being Jiangshi for 1. So that way you get to A, extend, B, XZ summon plays, and C, search all from Jiangshi, which is crazy. And then the 1 Ghostrick mention, for the sake of the damages that are not Ghostrick gets cut in half, so that way you get to play the game a lot longer. Ghostrick Vanish to reveal 1 Ghostrick monster from your hand to make sure none of your Ghostrick cards can't be targeted or killed by card effects, as well as face down defense monsters. 2 Ghostrick Scares, it's basically you get to target any number of face down Ghostricks, literally any face down defense monster you control, changing the face of defense, and if you happen to have any Ghostricks flipped up when this happens, count the number amongst them and change that mini number from face up monsters they control to face down, minimum of 1. Ghostrick Break. When exactly 1 face up Ghostrick monster you control and nothing else gets killed by battle or opponent's card and sent to the grave, target 2 Ghostrick monsters in your graveyards with different names from the destroyed monster, special it out. The 1 Ghostrick Renovation, excuse a little small butchering there. Target 1 Ghostrick field spell in your field zone, kick it back to your hand, then you can activate 1 field spell from your hand or deck. So essentially, Ghostricks have their own metaverse before metaverse is a thing. And then you can banish this, target 1 Ghostrick XZ you control, XZ change into any Ghostrick XZ. The one Ghostrick go round, it's basically the effects are essentially flip-flop. If you happen to target one face-up Ghostrick monster you control, Book of Moon it, so you can Book of Taiyu, one of your opponent's monsters, and then the second effect is Book of Taiyu, aka face down defense to face up attack position, and if you flipped up a Ghostrick, it's Book of Moon. So hence why this effect is flip-flop. And then Ghostrick Knight. When it comes to controlling a Ghostrick monster, your opponent cannot flip summon. So once again, the Niku Musume, along with controlling a Ghostrick monster and this card, is essentially any monster they summon that isn't a Link monster. In terms of level 4 or higher, they're basically getting booked and they're stuck. And then for the random monster tech being Radiant Kaiju, because first off, Fiend for the sake of Mudcracker, and then second of all, in case if we are having a hard time dealing with unoutable monsters, Kaiju is the way to go. And then the rest of these spell trap lineup: Feather Duster, Lightning Storm, Talents, and Thrust. 3 Book of Eclipse, it is a flip deck after all. 2 Forbidden Chalice, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, Call by the Grave, Crossout Designator, Blizzard, 3 Evenly Match, and 3 Imperm. Extra that consists of the 4 Ghostrick XZs, Duelahan, Sokyu Boss, Alucard, Angel of Mischief, Duelahan, aka Headless Horseman. This card was made once in terms of being buffed, and then cutting the opponent's attack in half is really crucial, because in case if you can't get over something, damage step shenanigans is the way to go. Which is detach one, target one face-up monster anywhere on the field, cut the attack in half. And then Ghostrick Alucard here is that he detach one to target and destroy one sack card your opponent controls, and then your opponent cannot target Ghostrick or face-down defense monsters for attacks except this guy. And then both Dracula's Kid and Headless Horseman do the same, which is if they're being sent to the graveyard, doesn't matter how it's sent to the graveyard, this lets you target one other Ghostrick card, spell / trap included in your graveyard, add it back to your hand. So Cute Boss, this was never made, but in theory, the idea about Sokyu Boss is that if you wonder how to XZ change, or how do you even make Ghostrick Sokyu Boss with just one level 2 monster, Ghostrick Renovations Graveyard Effect. You banish this to have literally any of these 3 Ghostrick XZ change into Ghostrick Sokyu Boss to make sure she's XZ summoned properly. And in theory, zone locking is really crucial. Angel of Mischief, she is your Stratos of Ghostrick spell traps, and then +1 material of a Ghostrick card to her. Once you reach 10 materials, the game is over, which is most likely not going to happen for one. And then speaking of the zone locking is super crucial about the Sokyu Boss. Solve once per turn, detach one, target one monster anywhere on the field with attack less than or equal to the combined attack of all Ghostrick monsters anywhere on the field. Kill it, and if you do, that monster card zone can't be used as long as you control a Ghostrick. And then Ghostrick Festival. Normally, you can't use face-down monsters as link material, hence the game mechanics. But what if you can break the law that says you can also use a face-down Ghostrick as material for the sake of Festival? Hence why non-link Ghostrick is what it takes to make it, and hence why you can break the laws of physics with the help of this link monster. While a Ghostrick card is in a field zone, your Ghostricks can direct attack. And when your opponent makes a attack declaration, you contribute this special 1 Ghostrick monster from your deck, face down defense. In case if you don't have anything else offensive going, Festival can back you up, and the only target you rather have in terms of to summon would be Jiangxi. That's that for Ghostrick extra deck monsters. And then for the rest, Typhon, cards crazy. Only use this as a last resort. Akashic Magician, Wee Witch, Beat Cop, Dark, Muckraker, Azalea, Triple Burst, Boral Sword, Unchained Abomination. And this has been the Team Dark and Water deck profile for you guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. Also, if you are a brand new or returning Master Duel player after 1 full month of missing gameplay, be sure to use my campaign code in the description below so we can gather the prizes for future content. Catch you all in the next profile.